In this episode, we hang out with Sempronius Scoop from the planet Balderon, where exercise and fitness are compulsory.
He has 3 muscle-bound arms, and he can flex them all without even trying.
So roll up your towel into a pillow, lean back, and
Prepare to imagine the cardio possibilities, and hear the sound of the shaking of protein shakes resounding throughout the planet.
Shut up and sit down.
welcome back to Hitchhikers and Appetizers. I am your devastatingly good-looking host, Trellis Gardine. Devastatingly good-looking depending on what angle you're looking at me. Hopefully you find the right angle. And with me, as always, in booth 42 here at Milliways, the being who is so disorganized, his utensils placement would make the most rigid manners professional's head explode. Horatio's in.
High praise indeed. High praise indeed, my friend. I'm so disorganized, in fact, that I was going to comment on something you just said in your intro about yourself, and then I just lost it. It was something about you being attractive from certain angles. I don't know. I'll figure it out next time, perhaps.
I think that will work out quite well. Anytime you are so disorganized that you forget to insult me,
yes,
I think I come out on the better end of things.
And also, I bank it, so later you get insulted more. So
I know you don't know the combination to your bank vault.
No.
So I really am not worried it's going to make it out of there alive.
That is why I have amassed so much money. It's because I don't know how to get it out.
No. But you know what we need to get out?
What?
The name of this episode's guest.
Oh, yes, we have a guest right here.
That guest is Sempronius Scoop. Welcome to the booth, Sempronius.
Oh, thank you, you guys. I'm honored to be speaking to you both.
Oh,
we're honored for you that you are honored.
It's a circle of honor.
That's the sweetest thing. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's wonderful. This is off to a good start. I feel very good about this interview already.
Now, I'm a little worried that your last name is going to cause Horatio to want to skip the appetizers and go to dessert and order scoops of ice cream.
Yes, a scoop.
It's an evocative family name, and it's controversial.
Yes,
because it conjures up images of ice cream, of fruit cups, of desserts of all types. And of course, I'm from Balderon, and Balderon is really well known for its fitness culture. So
yes.
Sometimes I encounter, just people can get offended just by the intimations of my family name.
I can tell. Just looking at you, you look extremely fit, and those 3 arms means you can do far more lifting at the same time of like someone, say myself, with just 2.
Yes.
Oh well, thank you. I in fact, compared to most of my brethren, I'm actually quite scrawny.
Whoa! Oh my!
No.
I've been bullied almost my entire life.
No.
Yes.
You're saying you're the runt of Balderon?
Absolutely. In fact,
I thank you for responding to that in such a nice way, even though Trellis obviously insulted you by calling you a runt.
I appreciate any positive validation. I really do. But I've struggled with this my entire life. I just don't metabolize protein the way a lot of my brethren do.
Do you still work out as much as the others do?
Well, I mean, it is compulsory after all.
Why is Balderon forcing people to exercise? I can't think of anything more horrible.
Well, I mean, I'm no historian. I imagine that it has something to do with the number of arms and the nature of manual labor. But if I am going to marry at or above my station, I've got a lot of work.
Oh.
Are the ladies of your planet more muscular than you, or they just want you to be more muscular than everyone else?
They are renowned for their strength, for their flexibility, for their discipline. I remember meeting a woman, Alexandra Poops, I believe her name was.
Alexandra Poops.
She was a West Coast woman. She could crush a full suitcase barehanded. I was impressed, to say the least.
Now, is this one of those hard case suitcases, or more one of the ones that's like a soft shell? Because like if it's a soft shell, I'm not going to be impressed.
Oh, definitely a hard case.
Oh, and also were there objects inside it?
Oh, it was filled with pottery. Unfortunately, she was not the brightest, I would say. Honestly, it was one dating out for me. But
Of course, yes.
you know,
Did she ditch you halfway through the date?
well, we were there. We were out at dinner. We were talking about protein supplements, as one does. And then she was showing me her suitcase trick. I wanted to comment on the complete lack of usability of the contents within. And then she started making eyes at our waiter, who was
Yes.
built like a mountain.
Oh, hard to compete with a mountain.
Impossible.
Yes.
It's impossible.
I see one and I'm just so intimidated, and I say, why did you not attempt to engage with that mountain? I said, because it was there.
I mean, it's primal.
Yes.
Something about it.
Yes.
When you meet someone who you look like a mountain range, like I would spend hours just traversing you from shoulder to shoulder.
Yes.
Bicep to bicep.
Indeed.
I would need a nap.
Is physical prowess the only thing involved in the selection of a mate on Balderon?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's the only thing, but it's certainly more important than things such as career accomplishments or interpersonal chemistry. Or...
Yes.
Personally, I am, like you said, somewhat the runt of my family. I enjoy other activities such as watching galactic broadcasts,
Yes.
relaxing
Yes.
in the sunshine, things like that. And as a result, it makes it difficult for me socially.
So would you be more of the indoor variety of being?
I mean, not necessarily indoors only, but there are many things that exist indoors that I like to do that don't involve punishing my body in order to make it grow.
I like how you phrased that, because I think of exercise as a punishment. Very
Yes,
much a
it's
punishment. Yes.
Kind of a gauntlet of pain that you come through purified the other side, or at least that's how it's sold to us.
Yeah, well, the purified is the selling point, the pain. Unless you value pain. Do you value pain on your world?
I find personally that pain, it hurts. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Oh, well put.
Yeah.
Well put. Well said.
I tend to come through exercise panting and wheezing. It sounds to me like your planet is embracing the from pain comes pleasure.
I think that is the idea. I personally prefer to find pleasure in other areas, such as as we talked about before, a well-decorated scoop of ice cream. Few things as pleasurable as that.
That would be wonderful.
The artistry, the flavor. Are things like ice cream considered contraband on your planet? If you were to get caught
Oh, yes.
eating ice cream, would there be, you'd have to walk around with, being shamed publicly because your six-pack, or I don't know how many pack you have under your abs. I'm assuming.
Yes, don't make assumptions about his pack.
I had 6 abdominal muscles sculpted for me
Yes.
at the plastic surgery office.
Yes.
So I don't mean to presume how many you have.
And I don't think he felt any pain because he was under a lot of drugs at the time until the healing
Right,
happened.
exactly. There was no pain but pleasure post-op.
Total gain. Total gain.
All gain, no pain. That's really the motto for me.
Yes.
I mean, I have to say, I definitely had a bit of a pause before admitting to my ice cream use on the air, and I'll say,
So brave.
I certainly wouldn't want my father to discover my personal ice cream stash.
Do we need to alter your voice and make it sound different so that no one on Balderon finds out that you've been, in the closet eating ice cream?
I would appreciate it. Maybe a black bar over the eyes, or maybe a little modulation in the voice. That would be.
We'll try the modulation of the voice since we're audio only.
Perfect.
No, we can do the black bar over the eyes if you want. That would be very easy to accomplish in audio.
Oh, it would make me feel more like a genuine interview subject.
Oh, that's what. Here, let me try. Let me put his one. We just place it over your eyes.
Oh.
Oh wait, I should probably poke holes in it so you can see.
There we are.
There you go.
I was a little discombobulated for a moment. There
Just in
you
case
are.
anyone walks by the booth and recognizes you.
Well, now he could pass for a bandit, perhaps, or a pirate, or
a sidekick.
a sidekick.
Or a superhero sidekick. That's good. Is that a goal?
I'm gonna say, well, compared to us, you're the superhero.
Well, yes.
We have nowhere near the amount of muscle you do.
I might, but it's buried down deep. It's buried down under layers of fat.
Honestly, I think sidekicks get a bad rap. You know, sometimes the hero gets all the press,
Yes.
you know, but every so often the hero is going to find themselves at a low point, you know, where they need moral support.
Yes.
And that's what the sidekick's there for, to say, you know, hey man, you've got this. We'll escape from this giant cereal bowl filled with laser-headed sharks. We'll do it.
Oh, yes. Well, the classic dilemma,
Mhm.
the giant cereal bowl full
Yeah.
of laser-headed sharks.
Oh yeah,
Timeless.
Yes.
timeless supervillain trap.
Yes.
Is what I would say.
And of course, the sidekick is also there to, you know, run errands, get coffee, pick up mail, things like that.
Take notes, say, for example.
Superheroes don't have time for that.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
No.
Yeah.
Now, if I were to visit Balderon, what would someone like me who has no interest in going to a gym or physical activity be able to do?
Be able to do?
Yes.
Yeah.
You mean in a sense of what would the social code permit you to do, or what actions would you actually be able to accomplish given your lack of ability to lift over 1,000 pounds?
Oh, I like both of those.
Yeah, both of those actually. Both of those work.
Uh,
Because it sounds like there's some rules I got to follow.
I think that the strength limitation, as I said before, would make dating somewhat difficult. You know, obviously, after the appetizers are laid at the table, I'm sure your date would probably ask for some sort of feat of strength, like punching a brick wall, or fighting the mountain, as we mentioned before, at the table next to you, and that might be difficult. That might be difficult.
I don't respond well to challenges that threaten my facial features. So.
However, though, I think with you said you had 6 artificially installed packs. Is that correct?
Yes. Well, 6 abdominal muscles for one 6-pack.
Oh.
So
Yes.
it looks good, but it is not functional in any way, shape, or form.
No, there's no actual strength. There's not, the muscle tone does not get
No.
affected.
If the booth wasn't holding me up right now, I would probably fall back on my back and be stuck there, unable to pull myself back up. I'm a lot of show and no go.
If you dressed in a way to accentuate those abdominal muscles, I could tell you probably have no problem getting a job at all.
Oh, that's also notice his oversized head. With the whole proportion. So the 6-pack doesn't seem as big and prominent when you look at his oversized head.
This is true.
Although, looking at it now, I would say that the neck muscles required to support such a large noggin must be amazing. That'd be the first thing I'd emphasize.
I do require regular massage maintenance.
Yes, he does. Yes. You may notice that here in the booth, the massage feature behind there.
If one side cramps, my head goes over to the side and it could be stuck there for hours.
It looks like he's really lost in thought, and it's not. It's just he can't raise his head.
I will say though that if massages are what you're looking for, Balderon is the place.
Oh.
Because with people constantly pushing their muscles to the brink and beyond, there's going to be some tightness.
Yeah. Oh, beyond the brink.
Is that a big industry that people come to Balderon just specifically for the massage work?
Giant.
Oh.
A giant industry.
Oh.
But as I've said before, a huge component of our massage industry is pain.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Pain. Now, which is more important on your planet, the pain or the gain?
I would say that at the end of the day, it's got to come down to the gain.
Oh, the gain.
I mean, gain implies pain. I suppose that's the reason. But if you were to ask somebody, I think they'd be like, gain.
Gain's all about the gain. Yes.
Gain. Yeah, that's usually how we say it. I know in other cultures it might be pronounced gain, but on Balderon it's gain.
That would look good on a T-shirt with like an exclamation point. I think just to get the point across.
Exactly.
After you've been to the gym, you walked out, you got your T-shirt on, and it just says "gain" across it.
Gain. I like a T-shirt that just screams and passes by.
It
Yes.
saves my voice.
Yeah, on Balderon you can actually purchase apparel that literally does scream.
Oh.
You walk past. Yeah, you look at it. It senses that your pupils have focused on it, and it goes gain, or it's Monday, or whatever it is.
Do the shirts ever start?
It's leg day.
Exactly.
It's chest day, arm day.
Exactly.
Plus, it helps you to remember what you should be working out that day.
Oh, Do the shirts ever start trash talking each other?
Oh well, certainly. I mean, I personally don't usually have enough credits to shell out for a trash talking singlet, say for example, but they would definitely come in handy.
I'm just imagining varmints yelling at each other as they walk down the street. You know.
Exactly. Do you even lift, bro? Like.
Yes, exactly. I will take you down.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Coffee is my aphrodisiac.
I pity the fool. Things like that. Yes.
Now, so with so much working out on Balderon, do you ever have to deal with any charlatans?
Oh.
People pushing products, promising gain, but really not delivering not so much gain.
It's one of those things where it's an endemic part of the culture that no one really wants to talk about.
Oh, those are wonderful.
Someone establishes an organization and calls it, say, the Iron Church,
Yes.
say for example,
Yes.
and they say like, oh, this potion will provide you the gain with a minimum of pain. And of course, people are going to sign up. Who wouldn't?
Of course. As little pain as possible.
Exactly. And the ideas of that gain, what it could get you: promotions, marriages, social status. Right? Who wouldn't go for it? But honestly, there are no shortcuts. At least that's what my father used to say.
Oh, that's wonderful. What a wonderful memory.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think back on it fondly, despite, as I say, the pain.
Despite the pain. Well, you have the pain, though, so you can enjoy things.
Exactly.
I was wondering, you were talking about dating rituals and things. Is that I was wondering if there's if it's just a normal, when I say normal, is you ask someone out, you go out to dinner, perhaps some entertainment or something. Is there ever any competitiveness involved in the dating? Not a group dating, but a speed dating or something.
Mm-hmm.
Does everybody drop down and see who can do the most push-ups?
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
oh gosh, let me think. I obviously, I'm most familiar with my own culture. I don't know how it would translate in other cultures, but
Yes.
say for example, if you and your date were to get into a stomach punching competition to
Yes.
see how well would that count as a competitiveness?
Yes,
I think so.
Yes.
I think so.
Much more so than.
In that case, yes, I would say that competition is probably the defining factor of dating culture on Balderon.
Yeah, I would not fare well, because if someone were to punch my factory abs, it would be like a piñata. Paper mache, right into me, things falling out all over, nothing good that you would actually want.
Trellis, I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit. I mean, you're a devastatingly attractive fellow.
Totally attractive.
What about a headlock?
But just remember, keep in mind, it's all surface. It's completely surface. There's nothing below the surface.
I got out of the booth. I got out of the booth to go run to the gift shop, and I just grazed the edge of the booth on my stomach, and it left a dent that I had to go eat in order to push the dent back out.
Well,
Also, then we had to paint over it a little bit. We had to paint over it.
Yeah.
Yes.
in that case, I probably, were I you, I would, steer away from the stomach punchers and maybe go for a woman that wanted to just keep you in a headlock for the duration. That might be a little easier to take.
That's true.
Do you think there's a woman who could handle this head?
Do I think?
Do you? Look at the size of my noggin.
With a head like that and the traps that head implies, my
Yeah.
goodness. You know what I mean? There's a lid for every pot.
It's a challenge. Think of all the pain. Think of all the pain it would cause to hold your head.
I might have groupies, is what you're saying? The women who prefer putting their mates in headlocks would look at me and just lose their minds. They'd be chasing me around. I wouldn't be safe. I might have to hire my own entourage to keep them at bay.
He's been dreaming of hiring his own entourage, just so you know. He's looking for an excuse to hire his own entourage.
There are those that would say that hiring one's own entourage takes away from the authenticity of said entourage, but I am not one of those people.
Very good. I think we would fare well with you as a guide, a bit of a Sherpa.
Oh,
A
certainly.
Sherpa on your planet. If
Oh.
you're there.
Yes.
But again, since I am, as I said, the runt, definitely of my town, I would advise that you stayed at least 6 to 10 feet away from me so that no one would assume that we were together.
Oh, it would bring down our prominence or something to be seen with you, or would it lower your stock to be seen with us?
Oh, my stock is already in the basement.
Oh, very good, very good.
I'm only capable of doing 400 to 500 sit-ups in a stretch. So,
Oh my!
I'm a runt, as you said.
I was going to ask with the dating, is there a fetish industry there for a super fetish for those who want a being who is totally out of shape? Is there a demand for that at all?
I mean, I suppose in the corners of the Balderonian dark web, I'm sure there are people who are, attracted to those who can barely lift the mass of their own bodies, say, for example.
Yes.
Or can only ingest, no more than, say, 1,000 grams of protein at one sitting.
Oh my! I was just wondering. I was just curious if, for instance, I went up there and I was lonely, if there would be any chance of companionship, or if I should just be lonely.
I think that if you are on the right message board, love is available to every being.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I picture Horatio walking around with a shirt that just says "sauce" on the front of it.
And then let others interpret what that means.
Exactly.
Dip me.
As I've said, I do definitely have an interest in culinary culture, and a shirt that said sauce. I mean, that would definitely pique my interest.
Oh, very good. I have hope if I'm ever there. If I leave this booth, leave the restaurant, oh, I'm already tired.
Now, have you ever thought of leaving Balderon for a planet?
I would recommend at least a sabbatical from your world, at least to find out if this is something that you would enjoy beyond just the hypothetical.
I've heard tales of people going on vacations and resting.
Yes.
And relaxing.
Oh yes.
Yes, I have work vacations in which I go work.
Doing absolutely nothing.
Yes.
Absolutely nothing.
Yes.
That's just honestly, even as I've been here at Milliways, I haven't been able to keep myself from doing push-ups in between entrees, just out of force of habit.
I noticed you were doing reps with the salt shakers.
I honestly, I didn't even realize that was all executive function.
Right.
That third arm was reaching back behind you, grabbing and doing a little its own workout, frankly.
Yes.
Indeed, and usually that arm is just meant to hold my protein shaker. I don't usually think about it all that often, but here I am away from home, and I think it's just looking for something.
Well, that is efficient. You could be in the middle of doing a set and still drinking your protein at the same time.
Exactly.
Instead of having to wait, get off the bench, walk around with it, shaking it for no apparent reason, really. It's all in the container. It's not going anywhere. It's like you're just trying to you're just trying to abuse the protein in there. It's like you're angry at it. It's not like it's not going to end up in your stomach whether you shake it or just drink it.
Are you trying to get some power over that protein?
Right. You're trying to get that optimal temperature. That's the idea.
Now, does the sound of it help to attract mates or anything at all? The sound of the shaking of the protein.
Ooh, the siren of the well ripped.
Yeah, shuka.
I've got to tell you, gentlemen, at noon on Balderon, after the mid-morning workout, the sound of shaking, it rumbles through the valleys, bounces off of the cliff faces. It sounds like a dragon giving birth. It is honestly one of the most arousing and yet calming sensations I can even think of.
And then does the other half, come to their doors, their openings, their windows, and shake back their protein drinks?
The first time I heard the shake,
you never forget,
and knew what it was. Yes, I rose. I went to my window. I peeked my head out, and I said, "Father, what is that noise?" And my father was like, "That is the noise of glory. One day you will shake, and you will be married."
Now, once couples marry, can they recognize their mates shake over all of the other ones?
I mean,
being shaken at the same time. So if you needed to find, let's say you were lost somewhere or separate from your mate, they could just shake you, and it's yours, even if there's a million other shakes going on.
I think that's the sort of thing that one aspires to. My parents married over 40 years. My dad can recognize my mom shaking a crowded grocery store.
That's wonderful.
I think that
is wonderful.
You aspired to, but not everyone can achieve that.
True love.
Now, I was wondering, since you're here, and you may have noticed on the menu here in many ways, have quite a protein shake selection.
Mm.
And I just think we should treat you to one if you want, or if you want a different type beverage entirely.
I mean, honestly, that's the sweetest thing anyone. Honestly, buying another person a protein shake on Balderon is one of the highest honors you can.
Oh well, then we stumbled into honoring you.
Although I must confess, though, that most of the left side of the menu I've consumed already just in the last hour as I've been sitting here. However, I'm not particular.
Well, no, I noticed you have to keep those calories coming. We have a similar thing. You need the calories for your strength, and I just need them because I need to fill in on the inside.
Mm.
If I don't eat constantly, I'll waste away.
I know exactly what you mean. Exactly what you mean.
Yes, on my home planet, I actually is fairly svelte, but that's a whole other story.
But on your home planet, you spend most of the time kind of driving aimlessly toward the horizon.
Yes. Well, it's so disorganized on my planet that your den could be miles, perhaps even on the other side of the planet from your kitchen.
I know what my father would say. He would say, "A den and a living room separated by miles. What a blessing."
Oh.
Imagine the cardio possibilities.
Oh.
That's what he'd say.
Imagine the cardio possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
The further you have to go, the more calories burned, the more strength your heart gains.
And the more protein you ingest at the end of your journey.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we could work out if there was someone on my planet organized enough to work this out.
Did you just suggest that we work out?
No. Oh Lord, no.
I was gonna say, don't you dare
Blasphemy.
turn this booth into a zone of health.
I was thinking of working out some kind of exchange program where someone from your world could come to Schenecticus.
Ooh.
And they would probably love it. If they would have to work out just to, say, go from the bed to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. It might be a 30-mile jog.
If the denizens of Balderon heard about Schenecticus and the cardio possibilities, I'm sure they would overrun that planet. They would overrun it.
Oh, it would probably be lovely. I haven't been back there in quite a while, but I would love to see the reactions from them when I come there. They say, "Oh, you're the one who suggested they overrun the planet." So, yes.
And imagine the Balderonian shake echoing across those aimless roads.
Oh, yes, it's bouncing off the monument to spoiled food. All the many wonderful things on the planet. That would be lovely.
What a glorious sound it would make.
Actually, as you may have noticed, we have a machine near the booth that mixes all kinds of flavors and all kinds of drinks. And I noticed there's a protein shake setting. Now, you could get a pangalactic cargo blasting shake, which case you would get all the protein.
And a lot of alcohol.
Yes, totally out of your mind.
Ooh.
Totally out of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they would have a, well, I mean, it's got to be on the specialty menu, but do they have a John Bon Jovi protein shake?
Oh, yeah. That's the one. It's got 3 different kinds of protein in it mixed together to turn it into a super protein.
Would that be to your liking?
You may not even have to work out after you drink it.
No, it works out for you in a way. Yes.
What holiness!
Yeah,
What?
it makes you feel like you're riding on a steel horse.
Oh.
It gives you that kind of power.
It's so thick. It's so thick that choking it down is in and of itself a workout.
Oh, this universe truly is wide and wondrous, is it not?
It is. It's and flavorful. Lots of flavors.
Does it maintain its flavor and its popularity long after you've drank it?
You don't even have to shake it.
No. In fact, if you shake it, you might break it.
Oh.
Yes.
Wait until...
Yes. There is a limit. You don't want that spewing out all over everyone.
I'm not tipping the servers extra to have to clean that up.
Well, in case, again, listeners could not see it, but your workout regimen that you did during the course of this interview, most impressive. And of course, we're going to make sure we got towels, so we'll make sure to wipe the sweat off of
I appreciate that. I am known for my perspiration. The one thing my father truly was proud of me for.
Oh, so,
But,
and it
can
smells
be
wonderful.
inconvenient.
It smells wonderful.
Well, thank you
Just
so much.
you know. Just so you
No,
know.
you're not even breathing heavy at all. It's just amazing.
Well, I mean, talk to me in 3 or 4 hours, right? Once I've done my 6,000 or 7,000 laps.
Well, check back. That would be. It would probably wind me just watching you run.
If you want to test your lungs, for sure, you could step outside the dome here into space.
Ooh.
And hold your breath for as long as you can, and then bring yourself back in. That workout, because it's also really cold out there, so you'd be getting some cryogenic therapy into your workout at the same time you're working out, rather than having to wait. Put yourself into the booth and then work out again later.
My father did say once that death is the ultimate workout.
Oh, your father, quite a philosopher.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Horatio, I was going to say, what? We're almost up to the end of this episode. This has gone by so quick.
It
But
pains me that we're to the end of this episode.
I know. What are you?
But the gains! The gains!
The games.
Yes,
quite
there've
a
been
gain.
so many gains.
Quite a gain.
So many gains in this episode.
Yes.
What do you think the entry for Balderon should be?
I am going back to something recent. Imagine the cardio possibilities.
Possibly. I kind of like. I mean,
The sound of glory.
I was just thinking Balderon. Gain.
No, that works. That's fine. That's fine.
And I'll put it in all caps with 3 exclamation points to really and in bold.
And enlarge the font
Really-
size. Enlarge
Yes.
the font size.
Yeah, it's larger than Balderon. It'll be a large gain. Will be in a larger font size to really.
Inject it with some protein.
I think there's a protein font.
Oh, very good. Use that. Make sure the word flexes the whole time. Just flexes.
The letters look all like bulgy muscles. And
With
so-
veins. They should
Yes,
have veins as well.
Exactly.
Yes, yes.
No, it does. They do. We'll just. That is what is I think really going to be. So I'm going to type that in. Balderon.
Also, make sure that the font that it looks around to make sure that other people are watching it.
Yes,
Well, it's doing it
absolutely.
too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it doesn't count.
Bold. I'll make it look. I'll make it look like the N is picking something up off the floor in a very deliberate manner.
Watching. Can you see what I'm doing?
Exactly. Enter, and there it is. Sempronius, this has been fantastic. And you know what?
I have thoroughly enjoyed this. Yes.
In honor of your last name, yeah, okay, yep, they just brought it. I got
That's him
you
snapping at a waiter, not breaking a bone.
bowl of ice cream that you can enjoy as we head
my
out
goodness.
here, and nobody will know.
Gentlemen, you have honored me so deeply. When I return to Balderon, I shall stand at my family cliffs, and I shall shake a protein bottle in your honor.
Oh, thank you. We'll be. Yes.
I hope we hear it,
Yes.
and I hope we should know it's you, because we heard you shaking your drink earlier, and I think I've got that committed to memory.
Gains.
Thank you for joining us for Hitchhikers and Appetizers. And of course, special thanks goes to our guest, Sempronius Scoop. I have been Horatio Zen.
And I continue to be Trellis Gardine. Until next time, keep your towels clean, and if your planet is about to be destroyed to make way for a hyperspace bypass, it's a great excuse to drink an extra pint at lunchtime. So don't panic.
Everything you heard in this episode was improvised, but not everything improvised was heard. This episode of Hitchhikers and Appetizers featured the voice talents of Mike Gorgone as Trellis Gardine, Bran Peacock as Horatio Zen, and Roberto Lewis as Sempronius Scoop. Finally, Hitchhikers and Appetizers is part of the Improv in Action Network. Check out other great improvised podcasts and projects at improvinaction.com. If you'd like to reach out to Trellis or Horatio, you can send electronic messages to them at our Galaxy address, hitchappspodcast@gmail.com. Or you can find them on Twitter with the handle hitchapps.
Shut up and sit down.